Hello everybody, welcome back. It is me, your old pal Orpheus, with another adventure here on Orpheus Plays. We are playing Blade and Sorcery today on the PC. Always gorgeous, we got some birds going by. Yeah, that's right. Anyway, I hope you're doing well today wherever you are, whether it is day or night. You're about to hear, well, I got a question for you. Am I the butthole? We'll get to that question in just a second. Anyway, let's get things going. We are in survival mode today, which means we have 3 weapons that come out. I choose one, and I destroy everything that approaches me. And I think I will have to use this thing. This looks badass as hell. That is the Omi no Ya. You know what? Never mind. I'm just going to use it to kill people with. Anyway, let's get things going. Another wonderful, lovely day for murder. And let's get things going with our first traditional slow motion kill of the day. Here we go. Come on, buddy. Oh. Oh, that had to hurt. Oh, let's see. Yeah, smash his head. Oh, okay, so now with that out of the way. My wife, Mrs. Orpheus, listens to a lot of... a lot of stuff, the Am I the Butthole, or r/, right? Welcome to r/, right? Well, one of the ones that she listens to, obviously, is the Am I a Butthole, or Am I the Butthole, right? I think it's called AITB. It's a Reddit subreddit, right? Okay. Now, the purpose of that is to present a situation where someone might be acting a little bit like a butthole. Wow, and people will, upvote or downvote or make comments on that. But the purpose of the YouTube videos, the guy doing the r/ videos, oh jeez, is he's reading them off, and it's funny to hear because they're kind of cool, funny stories, and it kind of gives a situation like, my sister's being really mean. Should I invite her to the wedding, or I didn't invite her to the wedding because she did this? Am I the butthole? Okay. Well, here's the question that I have for you. I am a person that avidly... Oh, a little poke. Just a little poke. I'm a person that is a very avid Google reviewer, right? I use Google to, just do all the things in town. Whenever you look something up that you need to do in town, you look it up on Google, right? And now it's the new Yelp. You don't go to Yelp anymore. You go to Google, and there's Google reviews everywhere, and you get to read what other people think about something, plus get all that handy information about when they're open and when it's busy and stuff like that. Ooh, one round successfully over. What's going on here? I think that's over here. Okay. We'll use the bat with a hat instead on this one. Anyway, so when you need to go look up something. Well, the handy feature is there's also people out there that are Google reviewers that spend time in order to fill out, the little, how'd you like this? How many stars would you give it? Stuff like that. And I'm someone that enjoys doing that. I'm a retired house husband, so I don't really have a lot to do. So if we go somewhere out and it's a particularly good experience or a particularly bad one, I will fill out some sort of review. There we go. I'll fill out some sort of review that reflects that, either good or bad, and we'll go from there. Okay. Well, I am a brutally honest person when it comes to these reviews. And I mean, like I will let people know exactly what's going on. I'll give you a good example. What did you just fall down and blast yourself? Okay, whatever. Anyway, I'll give you a good example. Mrs. Orpheus and I went to a gun store, and we were looking for my wife's first revolver. Yeah, it's sweet. She wanted her first little practice plinker revolver, just a little 22, a little fun wheel gun like they have in Red Dead Redemption, right? It's just a single action pull. You pull the hammer back once, you fire the gun once. It's not like bang, 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 bang. It's like literally click, bang, right? Well, I had a very specific one in mind. I knew that it was at this gun store, and I knew that it was one that's readily available at a lot of gun stores. Basically, everywhere you go, this one is available. And if you're someone that goes to gun stores a lot, you probably know which one I'm talking about. It's, what the heck is it called? It's a Red Ryder. And it's really... It's really a cool little wheel gun, right? It's nice blued steel and everything, and a Coca-Bolo handle on it. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. So we knew exactly what gun we wanted, right? And we walk in, and this is one of those boutique places that you could tell it's two guys that are veterans that wanted to open up a store once they got out of their service, their tour of duty. And, you know, decent place, had a lot of guns that, you know, people would really like. The flashy AR-15s with all the little gadgets and doodads, and you can make your AR-15 pink if you want to, right? Oh, that was your fault. That one's on you, lady. So you can dress up your AR-15 with all sorts of pretty things and everything, and since that's all the rage these days is to dress those things up with little, you know, straps and I don't know, little dangly things and everything. Anyway, so these two guys were there. We got there right when they opened, and we go in there, and I said, you know, my wife and I are looking for her first revolver. Okay, I said we have a really special one in mind. I said, it's right there in the case. I can see it right there in the case, that one. I said, we have a budget that we want to follow. We want something that's really simple. And I said, honey, you go and you do all of this. This is all you. Because I have a lot of experience with guns and with weapons in general. Okay? I grew up shooting guns, and so I have experience on just about any kind of gun that you could want to think about. I have fired guns that most people don't get in the general public. Don't get to fire, you know, stuff that's fully automatic. Things like this, an MP40. Anyway, so I wanted to give that to her first experience of getting her first pistol. Okay. Oh no, pink mist. Breathe it in. Anyway, so. Got her, you know, she had her little experience there. She goes over and starts talking to one of the guys, and I'm talking to the other guy, and he's trying to show me He's trying to show me other weapons. He's like, you know, have you think about getting an MP4? And what about this? Have you thought about maybe investing in something a little bit different for your family? Why go for something that's cheap? And so I said, look, dude, we got a budget. This is my wife's thing. She's gonna choose the one she wants, but we already had one in mind, and that's that. Well, from that point on, the dude completely ignored me. Like, he just kind of turned around and did his thing. Incidentally, while we were in there, some guy came in. He was a younger guy, maybe 19 years old, and he was asking. He goes, "So if I buy a gun, can you sell it to me today?" And the guy's like, "I mean, that's how it works in this state, yeah." And the guy's like, "So can I get a gun right now?" He sounded a little too eager about it. And as a matter of fact, the guy that I was talking to denied him. He was like, "No, I'm not going to sell you a gun, dude." And he was like, "Well, how about a sword? Can I buy a sword?" And the guy was like, "No, I'm not selling you anything, dude." I'm sure that kid went to another place. He looked like he needed a weapon way too bad, and I hope nothing bad happened. I didn't hear anything in the news, so maybe he got discouraged. I don't know. Hopefully. Good Lord. Anyway, so I go back over to my wife, and she's dealing with this guy, and he's doing that used car salesman thing, right? He's going, "Oh, well, you know, a little lady, let me take a look inside your purse." And he grabs her purse and opens it up, and he's like taking a look in there, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you know what you want to do is you want to make sure that you get a gun that it's not going to get all gummed up with like things like gum and crayons and makeup and stuff." Now, if you look in my wife's purse, she has a wallet and a phone. That's it. No chapstick, no makeup, no nothing. This guy looked in her purse and saw that and still was like, "Well, the good thing about a revolver is you can get gum or crayons on it. It's no big deal. As a matter of fact, your makeup won't even get in the way." And she's like, "I don't want a pistol to carry around with me. We want something for target practice." And he's like, Yeah. Here. I'm gonna show you this. Look at these 3 guns right here." He pulls like three revolvers out and he puts them on the table. And he goes, "I want you to take a picture of these." And like, she's like, "What?" He says, "Take out your phone right now. I want you to take a picture of these revolvers. So what you're gonna do? You're not gonna buy a revolver from us today." And she was like, excuse me? And he said, no. I don't want you to buy a gun from us today. I want you to take these pictures and I want you to go to the other gun stores in town. And he's like, I want you to tell them what kind of amazing guns we have here and ask them, challenge them to do better than us with our guns and our prices. And so he made her take a picture of these guns on her phone, right? So it's like, now, as soon as we walked out, by the way, I'm like, delete that from your phone. You don't need that there. So she takes the picture, and he's basically going like, little lady, what you gonna want to do? Here, let me show you. And he grabs her purse and he puts one of the pistols into her purse, right? And he's like, this is my personal gun right here that I carry every single day. And he says, look, let me show you what you got to do if there's someone that you want to take care of that's threatening you. And he reaches into her purse real quick and he pulls out the gun and he goes, bang, 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 bang. Except, obviously there's nothing in the gun. So he goes, click, 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 click. And my wife and I look at each other and it's like, did you just... Because he basically just pointed it off in some random direction, went click, 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 click. And it's like, okay, dude, first of all, my wife isn't going to be carrying this for concealment or for personal protection in public. And second of all, you just scared the hell out of us. Like, dude, I don't know if that thing was loaded. How do you know it was loaded? I didn't see you check. This is how accidents happen, bro, right? So he treated her like, the little lady that doesn't know nothing about no guns. Well, the thing is, we had mentioned specifically we wanted to get her first revolver. Now, if you were astute and you listened real good, you might have noticed that's what I said. I said her first revolver, okay? Not her first gun, not her first pistol, but her first revolver, which means, ladies and gentlemen, she has other weapons. She has other firearms. We have other firearms. She grew up on a farm, okay? You don't think that she's fired some guns in her life? You don't think that I have? I grew up on a farm too, right? So, I expressed this to him again. I'm like, we're not looking for her first gun. You don't have to show her how to use a gun. And he's like, yeah. One more thing. Let me show you. So if someone comes up and you've got this thing and it's like, no, okay. I said, dude, we're done here. I'm just completely done. I'm not going to do anything more. What's going on here? Where are you looking? You're not even interested enough to look at me, bro? Okay. Dispatched. So anyway, after treating my wife like a complete, little lady for, I don't know, that had to be 10 minutes straight, I decided, I'm done with this. And so I went onto Google and I gave them a nice scathing review. It was 1 star because they completely ignored everything that we wanted out of that, that experience. They didn't want to sell us something within our budget. They didn't want to sell, and I was like, that's the one right there that we're interested in. And it was like, yeah, but why don't you take a look at these? Okay. So I included all of the, he treated my wife like a used car salesman. I included a whole bunch of stuff on just basically the story that I just told you. And so I did that. Well, okay, so there was another episode that you may have seen. It was called the Tattoo Tango on this on my channel here. Let's see if we can put it up here. Right there. Oh yeah, the Tattoo Tango. That's right. It was a story about how my wife and I wanted to get tattoos, and the guy that was going to do it, I had to leave a Google review about the guy, and let me tell you it briefly. So we go in there to get my wife's first tattoo. Again, a first story. This thing is nasty. So we go in there for her first tattoo. Right when, literally minutes from her getting it done, the guy that's supposed to do it comes walking in the front of the store, and he's in handcuffs, and there's 2 sheriff's deputies with him, standing there and walking in with him and coming over, and they explain that he's got some little things that he needs to take care of first, and he's, so they let him off in handcuffs, for God's sake, right? And so, it's my Scottish broadsword, great. Anyway, so they lead this guy off in handcuffs, and he's like, I'll bond out in just a couple hours here. I'll call you in the morning. no big deal. We'll get this done. Okay. So the next day comes, and it turns into the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and it turns into a month. An entire month where this dude didn't get back to us. And he sends a text message at that month period. We're going to saying, oh, there was an emergency I had to take care of. Yeah, the emergency was you were in jail, bro. Okay. Like, there wasn't an emergency. He was treating it like we weren't standing there when he got arrested, right? That's what he was treating it like. Like he was just sending this text to just someone else that wanted to get a tattoo done while he was gone. That's not how it was, man. So I of course left a Google review before. It was still a month. It was still a few days before he sent the text. And I left a Google review that was absolutely scathing. It was 2 stars, and it was like, dude's nice enough, but I didn't say had. I said he left abruptly right before he was supposed to do the tattoo, and then never contacted us for a month, right? I was extremely kind about this, right? I mean, I was as nice as I could be without saying, dude got dragged away in handcuffs, right? It was like, look, that's unprofessional. I don't think that it's something that you should do. And I said, I didn't appreciate it. Neither did my wife. It was her first tattoo, and then we had to go to another place to get it done. And so my wife was like, I don't necessarily feel good about leaving that kind of review for the guy. He was really nice. And I'm like, yes, he was very nice. But the thing is, he was about as unprofessional as you can get, right? He just, let off in handcuffs and then didn't contact us. Now, of course, he didn't contact us until he saw the 2-star Google review. And then, oh God, then he had to come and do some damage control. It was like, dude, I couldn't control what happened, and I couldn't take care of it. He's like, why do you gotta leave a 2-star review? I have a perfect 5-star rating up until now. And that's where he messed up. Because I was considering maybe changing it when I saw that he had sent a text saying, hey, had some things going on, and I was like, well, it's a little sketchy that he says there was an emergency I had to take care of. Yeah, you got arrested, dude. And believe me, before you're thinking, well, maybe there was another emergency he's talking about. No. He was arrested for the entire time. I looked on the county website. He was there the whole time. So obviously he did something wrong when he got to jail. Like he had something on him or whatever. Anyway, so he was trying to be like apologetic, but not. He was more concerned about his 5-star rating than he was about being truthful and handling it. And so I was like, no, dude, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna leave it as a 2-star review. Well, again, my wife is like, isn't that kind of mean? Don't you feel bad about that? And I'm like, honey, he was unprofessional, right? He literally did not contact us for a month afterwards. And he said on that text, he's like, I left a sign on the front door of my tattoo studio. And it's like, dude, we don't walk by your place. It's like, what makes you think that we went and stopped by the place to see what was going on when you didn't return any phone calls or texts? What makes you think I'm going to be like, well, he's not answering any phone calls. Let's go down and see if he's there. No, that's not how it works, like call us back. I'm not going to go out for an outing that I don't care. And by that point, we'd already gotten the tattoo somewhere else. So it was like, So here's the question that I come back to. When I leave a negative review for somebody, right? Am I the butthole? Am I the one that's making, because he left a response on Google, like, the businesses can leave a response to things, and he's like, he didn't even see my work. He just is doing this based upon, he's like, I had to go away and take care of something. And he didn't, he was like, and then he screwed up again because he said in the little response, I've had a perfect 5-star rating in this town for years, and there's always got to be a hater. Yeah, the hater who was kind enough to not tell people you were dragged off in handcuffs. Yeah, I'm the hater, right? Because it's my fault you got arrested and dragged away. Anyway, so am I the butthole for leaving a negative review, for ruining his 5-star reputation? Is that something that I should be worried about? Well, I guess there's an overarching question as well. Listening to all my videos here, am I the butthole? You know, am I the jerk? Ooh, by the way, I have something very secret and special to tell you. The secret code word is bacon. Let me say that again. The secret code word is bacon. Okay, now with that out of the way. Anyway, listening to some of my videos, am I the butthole? I mean, okay, look. Let's go back to some of the honesty here. I have autism. I have brain damage. I have PTSD. I have a generalized anxiety disorder. I got a bunch of other things going on. I occasionally don't have a filter, okay? So, like, sometimes I don't think about it. I just type away, you know, without thinking about it. So, in listening and watching all my videos, am I the butthole here on some of these things, right? I don't know. Did I attack that flat earther a little bit too much when I was out? Am I the butthole? Are you the butthole? When it comes to that stuff, let me know in the comments below. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and turn on those notifications. That way YouTube knows that these videos are something that other people will want to see and want to love just as much as you do. We will see you on the next episode. Be good, do good, and treat yourself well because you deserve it. All right, we'll see you in the next one. Bye!